Caitlin Trujian. Hi Chris, I've been following you since day one. My friends think it's really strange that I'm so into Scientology news. I wish I had an outlet or someone to talk about it with. Due to your recent podcast with the Scientology watcher who hosts the podcast Come Get Some, journalists like Tony Ortega, and the new Leah Remini show, I'm realizing it's not that strange that I'm a Scientology watcher. I live in the San Diego area now, and I'm wondering if people ever meet up to chat about it outside of the internet. Do you know of any resources like that? I've heard of HowdyCon, and I love to go to that if it ends up near me this year, or my resources are right to travel to it. Thanks a lot for your thoughtful and articulate responses to everybody's questions. Hey Caitlin, thanks a lot for your support and for watching this channel for so long. And no, I don't think it's odd at all. I think Scientology's in one way a bit of a train wreck, and people are watching it for that reason, or they are fascinated and horrified by the abuses that are exposed about Scientology, and they want to step up and do something about it, which I very much support. And also another thing that doesn't get talked about enough in regards to Scientology watching is how I hope in what I talk about with it, and I think a lot of other critics feel the same, that the lessons that can be learned from the abuses of Scientology and the life that I and other people have led coming up in Scientology and escaping from it and learning about it and talking about it and its techniques and its methods. I think one of the things that we need to be talking about with that is how all of that applies to other areas of life, other social groups, other cult groups, other groups that are starting to be cult-like. This is one of the reasons that I get into talking about other things than just Scientology on this channel. And while some people might not appreciate it because it rubs them the wrong way in terms of their own personal beliefs, my effort is to try to bring the lessons that I learned from Scientology into every area of life where there could be the potential of extremist ideas or ideas that could possibly cause, ill consequences or bad effects on people personally or to those around them if they were to, go down that rabbit hole. And I'm not trying to be cryptic here. I'm just saying that the destructive cult mentality that I talk about here in regards to Scientology applies to lots of different areas. I've said this a lot, but I'll just kind of keep putting it out there because I think people need to know that, that part of the interest and the lessons and the education you can get from Scientology can be applied to other areas of your life, and I hope people are paying attention to it that way. All right, now as far as answering your question about get-togethers and stuff, there's actually lots of them that happen amongst friends a lot. If you're on Facebook and you get involved with, friending people and getting to know people who are ex-Scientologists, you'll find that they get together sometimes for social activities. And there are other conventions and meetups and groups that happen. But as far as, one thing I think you might want to try in the San Diego area is use meetup.com and see if, there might be some Leah Remini watching party or something, right? Or I don't know, something like that. That you could do, or have a Going Clear meetup or something, or My Scientology Movie or something like that. And you'll find other people who are interested in the topic and might want to meet on a regular, semi-regular basis or whatever, or maybe just a one-off in order to discuss different ideas and things about the topic of Scientology or destructive cults or the mind control that goes on in these groups, or that kind of thing. So that's what I would do if I'm not suffering from any lack of places to go or people to see to talk about Scientology. But if I were, in your place, Caitlin, I might consider using meetup.com or Craigslist or, whatever is used to get people together in social settings and discussing things, right? And I know that there's a lot of get-togethers also up in the LA area, especially. And the thing that you would have to do as somebody who, I wouldn't encourage a lot of people to do this because it can get a little bit crazy, but if you're really into this and you really want to meet with people who have been involved with it or other people who are watching what's going on with Scientology, then friend people who are former Scientologists, get to know them online, right? Because you'd have to be in a position of trust in order to be invited to real social get-togethers amongst exes, because of course there's always the concern with us that there are, shall we say, unsavory elements who would like to disrupt our lives and make things difficult for us merely because we have chosen to make ourselves public about our lack of membership in Scientology anymore. So I think that's fairly understandable, but but I've met lots of great people who never had anything to do with Scientology through social media, and I have met up with some of them in real life as a result of that. So that's what I can say about that.